sky. Tears in his eyes till he testified. Didn't know heaven was taking note. Every seed he sowed, God wrote it down. Cornelius, God see your prayer. He see him. Cornelius, God hear your tears. He hear him. Don't stop praying. Don't stop. Don't stop giving. Keep going. Heaven got your name. Just keep living. Amen. Hey, angel showed up in the middle of the day. Whoa. Said your prayers done made day wait. Sent for Peter, truth on the way. God about to change everything today. Door got open, spirit fell down. Gentiles filled with a holy sound. What God called clean, don't call untrue. Grace just broke through for me and you. Cornelius, God see your prayer. He see him. Cornelius, God hear your tears. He hear him. Don't stop praying. Don't stop. Don't stop giving. Keep going. Heaven got your name. Just keep living. Yes, Lord. If you've been faithful, he see you. If you've been praying, he hear you. If you've been giving, he know you. The breakthrough closer than you think. Right there. If you've been faithful, he see you. If you've been praying, he hear you. If you've been giving, he know you. Your breakthrough closer than you think. Right there. Hey. Pray, give, trust, live, pray, give, trust, Cornelius, God don't forget, never. Cornelius, your blessing coming, yes. Stay devoted, stay prayerful, stay generous, if faithful. Just keep praying.
Woo! What going on, man? I appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and tell your friends about that money, man. You already know, because we back and we renewed and we coming with these bangers once again. If you ain't subscribed, you need to go over there and renew gospel, because the album is dropping April 18th and you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you right now, the album is coming soon. April 18th, Renewed Gospel is dropping his first album, my first album, man. I'm telling you, be ye transformed by the renewing of your own mind. Romans 12:1 for the ones that want to look up the Bible verse. Because I'm telling you right now, we coming in 2026. I know we 3 months in, going into 4 months in, but 2026, I want everything with my name on it. I want everything with my name on it, because I'm telling you, I ain't take. Look here. I'm not leaving nothing in 2026 that got my name on it. I am taking everything. I am taking everything. Can y'all hear me good? Ain't nobody talking. Can y'all hear me good? I'm telling you. Can you hear me good? Put W12 in the chat if you can hear me good. Because I don't think y'all can hear me. I don't think y'all can hear me. Let me switch this right quick. Because I'm telling you right now, the devil been busy. I don't know what's going on with you, but the devil been busy, and I know he been busy because he been messing with me, so I know he been messing with you. Because the closer you get, the better you walk in your faith, the closer you get to God, the closer you call on God, the devil want to mess with you. Because I'm telling you right now, whatever going on, these trials and these tribulations, we going to make it through this storm. We going to make it through this storm because he hear your prayer. He hear you, and all you got to do is be patient. But don't while you're being patient, get frustrated. Don't, while you being patient, keep thinking of the negative. Don't, while you being patient, trying to call back out to God because he heard you the first time. I just had to say that for somebody. I don't know who need to hear it, man. It just be like I wasn't even planning on doing none of this, but it just came in my spirit and I had to tell somebody because somebody needed it. And I don't know what y'all think this is, because this is me. And I'm going to give you, I told y'all you're going to get everything on this show. You're going to get everything. You're going to get the regular me. You're going to get Money Man. You're going to get the savage. You're going to get the football player. You're going to get the content creator. You're going to get the entertainer. You're going to get the creative mind. You're going to get everything in this show. So I'm not limiting myself to what the devil trying to limit me to. Because whatever going on right here, whatever going on, you will make it through. All you got to do is keep striving, keep moving. Don't stop in that storm. Don't say, well, it's storming, I'm going to park my car right here. I told y'all this story before. I said, if I would have stopped in the storm, I would have got caught. I would have got caught in the fuss, in the ruckus, in the rain, in the middle of the storm. If I would have stopped, I would have still been in there. But all I did was decrease my speed, slow down a little bit, and kept moving. And guess what? 5 minutes later, I was out the storm. But if I would have stopped, I still would have been in there. I still would have been in there. So what I'm telling you is, be patient and keep moving. Because everything going to be all right. Just hold on a little while longer. Song coming soon. But I wanted to tell y'all that real quick, man, because the album is coming out. And all you're going to have to do is press play and let it ride. Because I'm telling you, you're going to be dancing. You're going to be clapping your hands and stomping your feet. You're going to be running around the house, the church, wherever you're playing, in your car. You're going to be praising the Lord wherever you are. So just hit play and let 20 songs, yeah, it's 20, let 20 of them play straight through, because I'm telling you, you don't want to miss not a damn one. Now, I don't know what channel y'all on, but I appreciate y'all because I'm on both of them right now. But somebody need to go get G. Bush right now. Because I've been wrote them on X, on Twitter. I said it over 7 months ago or 7 weeks ago, whatever it was. Then he gonna come out on his live.
Money Man, what's good? That's Punk. Money Man, what's good? That's Punk. Money Man, what's good? That's Punk.
Shout out to No Manner. I don't know if he in here or not, but shout out to No Manner, because he was in there and he did a super chat to G. Bush and told him, y'all need to do the live, the podcast, the show, whatever you want to call it. He said we need to do it together. I've been trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? I've been ready to cook. I've been had my Kool-Aid. Somebody gonna tell G. Bush, I've been had my Kool-Aid. I ain't got the red, though. I got the grape. I ain't got the red, but I got the grape, because I'm telling you, bro, I've been ready to cook. I've been exposing this. I've been talking about them leak tapes. I've been talking about this sabotage Shedeur been going to. I've been talking about prime equity. I've been talking about how Shedeur going to be QB1. I've been talking about how the Cleveland Browns going to make it to the playoffs because of Shedeur Sanders. I've been talking about Kevin Stefanski need to go. I've been talking about how Kevin Stefanski ain't been saying Shedeur's name. I've been talking about this, and I'm just getting here. I ain't no Browns fan. I'm a Shedeur fan, and I was watching this live and what he had posted, and he had Mad Dog TV up there, and then we're asking about what considers you being a Browns fan. I ain't no Browns fan. I don't tell you the truth. I like Shedeur Sanders, so just like I like LeBron James, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Wherever team they go, that's where I'm going. So LeBron leave LA, go back to Cleveland. Get what? I'm a LeBron Cleveland fan. Shedeur Sanders get traded for whatever reason. I hope not. I'm going where he go. I'm gonna tell you once again, my own blood My own cousin played in Cleveland. I ain't buy this hat I got on, and I ain't buy a jersey. So that should tell you something right there. I already sent him an email. Y'all tell him to go check his email. Tell him to go check their live and go check his email. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I've been on it, and I ain't stopping. Because that's why I created Dirty Bird Savages, the Atlanta Falcons channel that I got. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers over there, and I did it in 2 months. So I know. That's how I know the devil working on this one. Because I created a whole new channel and got it to 1,000 subscribers in 2 months. Less than 2 months. So you telling me the devil messing with this one? Yeah, I know it. But get what? I'm just going to slow down. That's why I ain't been going live like I've been going live. I'm going to slow down and be patient and get up out this storm. That's why I had to tell y'all that. It just ain't you, with me too. I'm working. I'm getting better. I'm telling you right now. Y'all got to be patient, man. But let me go ahead and get what y'all go get G. Bush and tell him, bro. I need a seat. I'm going to tell him when I get on the show. I need a seat in front of Jason Lloyd. I need a seat so I can look that man in his eye when he lie. Who you heard that from? Because I want to know. I ain't going to fold. I don't fold under pressure. Look, put me on that Ultimate Cleveland. You need me everywhere. I'm going to give you a show. I ain't Stephen A. now. I don't do all that. But I'm going to be me. And me, unapologetically, big word. That was saying it was the first time. Y'all know I'm country folk. That was hard for me to say. I had to slow it down. But I'm telling you, they don't want me on that show. They do, because their rating going to go up. But they don't want me on there like that. God be done set a fire to that stage. I'm telling you, wherever they located. Stage, face, behind the curtain, it don't matter. Money may do it from anywhere. And get with me, Rob. I'm gonna be just like this. I'm gonna be just like that. Jason, now tell me where you fabricated them lies from. Where you fabricated them lies. Because I need to know. So I can go back to my folk, all my savages over here, and tell them where you got them lies from. Because Kevin gone. And now, if you heard them then while Kevin was there, obviously, that's probably where you got them from, because everybody bringing up their same stuff that they done said months ago. They re-putting that back out like it's something new. Because they fiending for these clicks. Because Andrew Berry, like my title say, he is proven why he the smartest man in the room. Andrew Berry is proven why he the smartest man in the room. I was listening. We're going to listen to it. We're going to take a look at it. When he out there, I forgot where they were, the NFL meetings, annual meetings. He was out there. He had Daniel, all these reporters from Cleveland, Daniel, Tony G, Mary Kate, and the other older dude. I ain't never seen his face. I don't even know his name. But all them was out there interviewing Andrew Berry. I don't know where they was, because there was some construction going on. But we going to play some clips out of that video, so I need y'all to stay tuned for that. But what I want to say is, this man is playing chess while everybody playing checkers. Andrew Berry, I see that Harvard degree working every time he talks to the media. I don't know about y'all, but when he talk and the way he structures sentences, I be paying attention to all that. The way he talk, the way he structures sentences, the words he use is all a chess game. I don't want to expose it, but the media, they ain't going to catch on to it anyway. Cleveland media ain't gonna catch on to it because they so money hungry and so clickbait hungry and so view hungry because that influx of cash that Shedeur brought in when he first came to Cleveland, they fiending for that again, but they can't find it. Because now they got to make up anything. Anybody but Shedeur. It was every quarterback but Shedeur. And I told y'all after that, if y'all was on my Twitter, my ex, Browntown Ops 21, you would have seen it first when I said they about to name Tom Brady the next quarterback of Cleveland. Then Josh Dobbs got released. Josh Dobbs, next quarterback of Cleveland. Whoever want to float their boat to get a click and a view, that's what they going to do. Because I'm telling you, Tom Brady ain't coming out of retirement. Josh Dobbs is not coming to Cleveland, even though you had him here. And we're going to look at it. Andrew Berry say they might go a younger quarterback. So that make me think he might end up drafting the quarterback in the later rounds, more than 6th or 7th round this year, depending on who it is. And he also gave me an idea. That's why I say I be listening to what he's saying. He gave me an insight on what they're going to do in the draft. Now, this is just my opinion. This is how I interpreted it. I'm just going to let y'all know for them haters and the trolls that don't be saying nothing. For y'all go run and tell somebody. This is Money Man's opinion of what Andrew Berry said and how I interpreted it. Because the Cleveland media, he ain't giving them nothing. That's why I say he the smartest man in the room, the smartest man in the Brown front office. Because when he talk, the way he structures sentences, the words he use, they think he is giving them something, but he ain't giving them nothing. I don't want to tell it, but I got to. Everything he said that he told them, majority of it, he ain't gonna do. Because I told y'all before, if you ain't been here, that's why you need to like, subscribe, and share, and tell your friend about the Money Man you already know, and the Money Man Music. If you on that page, go on and subscribe. Because when we get to 1,000 subscribers on the Money Man Music page, I'm giving away another Shedeur Sanders jersey, just to throw that in there. But I told y'all how the Cleveland media, Mary Kay, Tony G, how did they miss twice on the reporting? If they got these insiders, see, it happened early on, so don't nobody remember but me. Don't nobody remember but me because it happened in the beginning of the season, before the season even started. In the second, third week of the season, this is when it happened, because it happened twice. They missed twice. If y'all, Jason Lloyd, if y'all got all these insiders in the building, why you didn't tell us Kenny Pickett was about to get traded? Why you didn't tell us Joe Flacco was about to get traded? I know why. Because Kevin didn't know. Because get what? Kevin came out and said he didn't know that Joe Flacco was getting traded or Kenny Pickett. So guess what? Andrew Berry ain't told nobody nothing. So if Andrew Berry ain't told you, where y'all finding this inside information? And if you notice, ain't no new inside information that came out. Saying Kevin been gone. I'm just saying, somebody was in there on their coaching staff was talking and spreading lies. Because if you not in that meeting room, you don't know nothing. Like I told y'all, if you not in that meeting room, you ain't in that locker room, you ain't watching that film, you ain't in there with Shedeur Sanders going over that playbook and looking at that film, you can't tell me what he ain't doing. I done been in them rooms learning the playbook and install. I done been in there and seen it. So if you ain't in there, you don't know what's going on. You can't, as a reporter from the outside, tell me what's going on in a quarterback room, in an offensive coordinator room, in a meeting room if you ain't in there. You can't. The only way you find it out is by hearsay. And the hearsay, if you don't like them, because we done figured out a lot of people in this media, in this world, do not like Shedeur Sanders for whatever reason. So it's easy to go around and say this, that, or whatever. It ain't nobody gonna fact check you, because guess what? Ain't none of them in there. I appreciate you, big dog, but I don't know why. But ain't none of them in there. So you can't tell me Dillon Gabriel supercomputer. People gonna believe what they want to believe. As you can see, who we got as the head man of this country, he fooled all them that voted for him. So you can believe whatever you want to believe because you dislike somebody else so much that you're gonna believe what that person say that's against the person you dislike.
Jarvis saying that Kevin Stefanski, unbeknownst to anyone in Cleveland at the time, turned play calling over to Alex Van Pelt, but that did not happen. He did not turn play calling over to Alex Van Pelt. Just not true. It's just misinformation that is circulating. I mean, we were there. We covered the team back then. We watched. We know who was calling the plays. And if it had happened, then Kevin Stefanski would have said, I'm turning the play calling over to Alex Van Pelt. Jarvis saying that Kevin Stefanski, unbeknownst to anyone in Cleveland at the time, turned play calling over to Alex Van Pelt, but that did not happen. He did not turn play calling over to Alex Van Pelt. Just not true. It's just misinformation that is circulating. I mean, we were there. We covered the team back then. We watched. We know who was calling the plays. And if it had happened, then Kevin Stefanski would have said, I'm turning the play calling over to Alex Van Pelt.
Jarvis Landry came out and said that about Kevin Stefanski, and everybody and their mama that was Cleveland media came out and defended Kevin Stefanski. For whatever reason, I don't know why. But I tell you this, the man was in the locker room. The man was in the meeting room. The man was going over the playbook. Now, I'm just going to say this real quick, but I do believe Jarvis Landry. But it could be that he misspoke a little bit and said Alex Van Pelt called the plays. What he meant was Alex Van Pelt, the one that put the game plan together. Because they're two different things now. They're two different things. But at the same time, that's Kevin Stefanski's job. If he calling the plays, he's the one that's supposed to get the game plan together. On first down, we're going to do this. On second down, we're going to do this. On third down, we're going to do this. Third and longs, we're going to do this. Second and longs, we're going to do this. First and longs, we're going to do this. Oh, money man, I didn't know all that happened. So if you ain't know all that happened, that means you don't know football. So you don't need to be talking, Mary Kay. Because I'm telling you right now, Kevin Stefanski gave up the play calling 2 years in a row. And I could believe that he gave up the play calling when they was bad and got it back when they was winning to make it look like he won them 2 Coach of the Year awards. That's just my opinion because I wasn't in the room neither. But I'm going to believe the man that was actually in the room because I know the process and I know Mary Kay wasn't in there. So I'm going to believe the man that was in the room. Until somebody come out and tell me otherwise. Kevin Stefanski, you better tell me otherwise. Alex Van Pelt, you better tell me otherwise. But it make it look like even more suspicious that Kevin Stefanski went over there and hired Alex Van Pelt to Atlanta. Alex Van Pelt is a coach, quarterback coach for the Atlanta Falcons. Georgia, what you talking about? I found a guy poll that you were looking for is case sensitive. Sip my thoughts. Send them my email right quick. browntimeops@gmail.com. Yeah, they're gonna defend the lead. I'm done. I ain't giving they live energy. But what I'm saying is, I told y'all that before. It's gonna come to a point to where your credibility ain't gonna be nothing no more. All you clickbaiting, chasing, view chasing, you messing up your credibility. Like, I can't believe nothing you say. I can't believe nothing you say no more. It done become so asinine on these statements that you making that I can't believe nothing you say. And you supposed to be a decorated 30 plus year, however long Jason Lord been doing it, 25, whatever he said. You supposed to be this type decorated reporter, and you lying every time you open your mouth or you type them keys. I can't believe it. I'm done with Tony Rizzo too. I'm done with him because now he done got to the point where he don't even care. Now he ain't on that foolery. He Cleveland media too. I sit right in front of him and tell him you flip flop. You supposed to be Shedeur to the end, but you flip flop because you said you a Shedeur Sanders supporter and you like the kid. Then you turn around and say, I don't care who playing quarterback as long as we win. Nah, you need to stand 10 toes down on that word because you up there with calling out Tony G from the beginning. Now you flip flopping. And then Tony G want to flip flop. He want to Dillon Gabriel look horrible. Now he want to jump on Shedeur's side. Then he finally see what's going on. Nah, y'all just blind. What they call it? Tone deaf. Or colorblind. That's what I'm coming up with a new brand. Colorblind. It ain't the colorblind you think. It ain't the color you don't see or you can't see. Colorblind. You know what that man was sitting there doing, burying Shedeur on the depth chart. And you know it was wrong. It was eating at your conscience. That's why you came out and said something. It make no sense, bro. Where was it?
I'd much rather just let Shedeur get the necessary reps, see what you have, because, oh, by the way, if you're talking about having the 2027 QB class be all that, don't you need to figure out what's on your roster?
Chris, I said it last week that this is a win-win for the Browns if you start Shedeur. You either find out if Shedeur is the guy,
yes,
and you build around him, and all these draft picks, they all work out and great, and that's dandy. And now you have your franchise quarterback who, by the way, is on a 5th-round rookie contract. That's amazing. Or he falls flat on his face and you lose a bunch of games, and then guess what? Then you're picking at the top of the draft next year.
Totally.
So to me, it is a win-win.
I'd much rather.
They don't know nothing either. I ain't never seen a organization, fan base, or media want their team to lose continuously to find a quarterback. You've been trying to find a quarterback for over 30 years. And then you finally get one, thrust it into your lap on a platter that you don't have to pay him nothing to go out there and perform, and you don't want him on your team. I don't get it. I don't get it. You have Shedeur Sanders for the next 3 years on a minimum rookie contract, a 5th-round pick contract, and you can build his team as big as possible and go to the Super Bowl with a 5th-round quarterback that you paying pennies on the dollar. And more than likely, I wouldn't suggest him doing it, but I wouldn't be mad if he did do it, if he take less money when he got to re-up. Because he making so much money off the field that he don't need that little check on the field. If you get that prime equity clause in there, he definitely don't need y'all money. Cause he gonna be making money from everything else off the field. If you get that prime equity, still a concept, just to let y'all know. It's not in his contract. Let me say that for the AI being there. Especially if they do prime equity 2 that I had came up with, to where the NFL teams integrated to where they ain't got to play all these players that $230 million fully guaranteed, because their prime equity going to be in there to where they generate from their name, image, and likeness part of their contract income, salary. There it is. There it is right there. Now I'm about to tell y'all something y'all don't like. I'm off of Cardinal Tate getting drafted at 6. We moving to the draft right quick. The Cleveland Browns at number 6 overall. I'm off of Cardinal Tate being drafted at number 6. I don't want the Cleveland Browns to draft this receiver at 6. Not Cardinal Tate. I want them to trade down. This is why I'm thinking Andrew Berry, the smartest man in the room. We're going to take a look at the video in a minute. I'm running out of time, guys. I'm trying to stay on them but an hour. But you see these, this is what I'm looking at right here. It's the only thing I'm looking at right here. The 2025 comparables. When I bring up these other receivers, this is what we're looking at. So y'all need y'all eyes to focus right here. Now, receiving grade 89, yards at 3.02. The drop rate is probably the best thing he got going at 0%, and a contested at 85.7. But the grade versus man coverage is only a 75. Now, I got a player that I'm about to show y'all. Malachi Lemon, that I think might be the best receiver prospect in this draft. I know it sounds crazy, but looking at the numbers, yeah, I done fell into that PFF trap. You got to take this stuff with a grain of salt, because like I told y'all, even with them Shedeur graphs and charts and whatever they're putting out, they don't tell you the formulas of how they graph these stuff and get these numbers. They don't tell you, they don't show you the formulas. I need to see the formulas. But I'm taking what they got, I'm using it right here. They got a receiver grade of 91 on Lemon. He got the best yards per run route at 3.1. He got a 2.5% drop rate. I know Cardinal Tate got 0. And he got a contested catch rate of 71 and an 81 man coverage grade. Now, looking at that, you got to take in the totality and the fact that Cardinal Tate was wide receiver 2. Y'all hear me? Cardinal Tate was wide receiver 2 at Ohio State, because the guy that's receiving 1 don't come out till next year. So why would I draft a wide receiver 2 at 6, or let alone the top 10? As y'all can see, he already got picked on the little draft right here. The little mock draft that I put up, because I traded back at 6. I traded the 6th pick with Miami. I got a number 11 pick and the 30 overall pick. And I'm going to tell y'all why I did that in a little bit too. But then we go to Jordan Tyson right here. He got an 85 receiving grade, 2.37 run route, even though you got to put the whole totality in the context. He was injured some of the games, but he got a 1.6 drop rate, a 43.8% contested rate, and an 89 man coverage. I dare say he better than Cardinal Tate. My opinion. They keep it going. Denzel Boston, 87th grade, 2.4 run route yards, 3.1% drop, 76.9% catch, contested, 89 man coverage. I dare say Denzel Boston better than Cornell Tate. I'm just saying. This is just my opinion. If I'm going to draft a receiver at 6, it got to be a Julio, Jeremiah Smith, Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson. It got to be that type. A true wide receiver 1. Cornell Tate was a wide receiver 2. All these guys I just named were wide receiver 1. Even Amari Cooper, he was wide receiver 1. I wouldn't draft him at 6 though, but he was wide receiver 1. So that's why I say I think Malachi Lemon is the guy Cleveland Browns need to draft. And not get him at 6 because they can trade back, as you can see right here, and draft him, just like I did. And then they not drafting Monroe Freeland. They not drafting. I don't care what these mock drafts do. They not drafting. I wouldn't draft Cornell Tate. It's still a possibility that they do, but just my opinion, I wouldn't draft Cornell Tate, and I'm not drafting Monroe Freeland. I'm not drafting them. It's too many tackles in this draft that play left tackle. Don't let Tony G and these other folk fool you talking about Monroe Freeland, the only true left tackle. No, he's not. I done did it. Kane Proctor right here, he played left tackle. And I even got some other ones that I'm telling you. Caleb right here, he played left tackle. Markel Bell, one of the ones they brought in on the 30th visit. The Cleveland already brought him in. He played left tackle. You're seeing it. I'm pulling it up. You looking at it. J.C. Davis played left tackle. Austin Barber, he played both of them, but he played left tackle. So don't tell me and don't sell me on Monroe Freeland being the only left tackle when I can literally do my research and it only take 2 minutes. Look it up for yourself. That's all I'm going to say. So I don't see the Cleveland Browns and Andrew Berry taking Monroe Freeland or Cornell Tate. That's why I told y'all I would draft. If I'm staying at 6, you're going to hear the Andrew Berry mouth. I got it marked down so we can skip straight to it. I got it marked down already. Andrew Berry going to say, we don't know what we going to do. We don't know if we going to take best player available, trade down, or trade up. He said, we don't know. But I guarantee you right now, if they stay at 6 and you got Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs still on the board or Arvell Reese, I'm not drafting Cornell Tate at 6. I might even just trade back or trade down and go get Lemon like I just did. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. That's who they need, CMO, LeJounte. I'll trade that 7th round pick or a 6th round pick to go get LeJounte. I'll tell you that right now. Cooper is a dog. I like Cooper. I ain't saying Tate ain't going to be good, but drafting him at 6, a wide receiver 2, no. He could become a wide receiver 1 if he get that opportunity, but I need a guy right now that's wide receiver 1. And I think Lemon, Boston, Tyson, I think any one of them 3 is wide receiver 1 right now. But if I'm picking at 6 and Cornell Tate still on the board and I still got Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, any of the defensive players, I'm trading back if I don't want best player available. That's what I'm saying. Just my opinion, though. But that's what I do. What you about to hear from Andrew Berry, I'm thinking he's going to trade down, or he's going to stay at 6 and not get Carnell Tate. Hold on a sec. Itch. Kevin had a man and the face look wrong. I mean, melanated men had to go. So the NFL sent him to where coach to go to die. No. We gonna find out. If you want to, I'm just gonna say Richardson. If you want to keep track of Kevin Stefanski down there in Atlanta, subscribe to my Dirty Bird Savages channel because I'm doing that over there also. Appreciate you, big dog.
Done some work on the offensive line. Just how do you feel about what you guys have been able to do here in the first 2 waves of free agency?
Good so far. Obviously, still a lot of work to be done. I think, as we look specifically with that offensive line group, good players, but also very versatile. And particularly like with Elgton and Tytus, both of those guys are players who can, play at a quality starting level at multiple positions across the offensive line. And that's super helpful because it really is a war of attrition with that position group. I think something like we looked at it as either 23 or 24 teams last year played less than 50% with their starting 5. Of course, we were one of them. And so to have that resiliency built into a position group where you have guys that can start all across the line of scrimmage, it's really important, in addition to the flexibility it gives you going into the draft.
So where are you playing Elgton Jenkins?
There it is right there. They're not drafting Monroe Freeland. I don't know. I told y'all the way he phrased the words and the sentences and what word he uses, he don't give them nothing to let they read between the lines, but they got to be smart to read between the lines. They can't be sitting there lying. Hey, man, clearly just said he ain't drafting Monroe Freeland, in my interpretation. If he signed these guys, these versatile offensive linemen from free agency, he already got his left tackle. All he got to do is move him to it. And then you're going to hear him say something later on in the video about that even more confirms that he got his left tackle already on the team.
Yeah, so it's TBD. He's honestly he can play center, he can play guard. That's something that we're going to sort out as we get Elias a little bit further through the acquisition season. This is a guy who's played, starting level snaps at left tackle, right tackle, left guard, center. He can really do it all. We would view him more as an interior player. That is what we think is more his natural home. Whether it's center or whether it's guard, we'll work through that as we put together the position group this spring.
As you talk about that versatility piece, how important is that going to be for how you guys approach potentially drafting and looking at alignment in the draft as well? Yeah,
it gives flexibility. That's probably the biggest thing. Like, we feel good if we had to line up and play today that we could, with that group of linemen. But it certainly doesn't pigeonhole you into anything as you get to draft weekend.
But who would be your center today?
Today, hard to say. Like, honestly, it really depends on the competition at really one of the other guard spots opposite Zion. Obviously, we have Elgton. We re-signed Tevin. Zach and Luke, they're guys that are going to have greater opportunity now that those vets are gone. So it's really we would just be looking for the best pairing. Yeah.
Finish that though.
Miss on fire. Andrew Berry been speaking the truth all along. We just ain't been listening because we ain't know how Andrew Berry moved. Even the Cleveland media don't know how Andrew Berry moved, and he been there 6-7 years now. And I figured it out in 1 year how Andrew Berry moved. This man moved silently. He don't speak. He don't tell nobody nothing. Who knew they were trading the pick? Who knew they was trading the second overall pick, trading down to 5? Who knew they were trading Kenny Pickett? Who knew they were trading Joe Flacco? Nobody. He ain't got to speak the truth because he been talking it. He just said it in a different way. I told you, listen to the way he structured his sentences and his words. And the words he uses.
To, player acquisition, whether it's the
Now we about to get into Shedeur Sanders, what he said about Shedeur.
draft, whether it's free agency, whether it's the trade market. And so it's about pulling those levers at the right time.
Specifically about Shedeur, you have mentioned at the end of the season, Todd has mentioned that he still has a long way to go. How far does he have to go to get to the point where you guys would feel comfortable putting this, the season in his hands right from the start?
Yeah,
Let me say that before he talk. Y'all heard the question with Mary Kay. This man do not like Mary Kay. Andrew Berry don't like Mary Kay, and Todd Monken don't like Mary Kay. Todd Monken, he don't like the Cleveland media, period. He already done been here and done that. So he already know how they is. Andrew Berry, he don't like Mary Kay. Because I want y'all, I told you, I'm an observer. I watch people, and I told y'all how Andrew Berry was setting it up for Shedeur Sanders. How he got rid of the two quarterbacks to force Kevin Hand. I told y'all that. I got a video on it. But watch him, how he interact and respond to Mary Kay versus responding to Daniel and Tony G.
I think that's a little bit TBD, Mary Kay, because I think all of our guys coming in, they're going to learn a new offensive system. We're going to have a fair amount of turnover on that side of the ball. They'll have new teammates to learn, which is why the spring will be really important, for the guys that are at the offseason program, for us to really, really get a sense of their progress year over year. But, he's been working really hard. I would expect him to take a step forward, and we'll deal with that kind of week by week and month by month.
You said you prefer a younger fourth quarterback. Does that mean draft pick only or a young veteran?
Oh, I wouldn't say. I would not. I wouldn't rule out any method of acquisition. Yeah.
What would an 18th game being added?
That man said, I wouldn't rule out any method of acquisition. I'm telling you the words he using. Now, I ain't going to rule it out. It's a possibility. He ain't giving them nothing. Because now you're going to start, well, Andrew Berry said they're going to get a quarterback. They're going to draft a young quarterback. That ain't what he said. He giving you a broad perspective of what he might do. In actuality, he might not even do it at all. But like he said, he expect to see Shedeur Sanders to take a big step. Everybody should, because he got a new coach that actually believe in him. He actually gonna get developed. Let me give him a close up, because I ain't gonna keep telling y'all this because y'all don't listen. Some of y'all listen, some of y'all don't. And maybe the right ones ain't hearing it. Jason Lord, Mary Kay, Tony G, Tony Rizzo. The man Todd Monken sat there and said at the combine that Shedeur Sanders ain't get developed until after he started playing. The new head coach said it out his own mouth. He didn't structure it in a certain way to where you can't interpret what he's saying. He said it plain and simple. Shedeur Sanders did not get developed until he started playing. And he still didn't get developed because he got thrown in the fire. How can you develop somebody and get them prepared while they in the fire? Shedeur was the second string quarterback getting no first team reps. And just like I had told y'all then, Dillon Gabriel won one hit away for Shedeur Sanders being in the game, and everybody know that. And that's exactly what happened. Then if you look at the game, Shedeur still could have won. They was up. They was up in the game now. But Shedeur didn't lose the game. Special teams and the defense gave up them points, not Shedeur. I don't care that he threw an interception. Defense job is to stop him. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't care what what your quarterback doing. And Shedeur threw that ball to Gage in the end zone, his trusted receiver, the only one he did have chemistry with. That's the reason why he was in the game, and that's the reason why Shedeur threw him the ball, because that's the only receiver Shedeur had been practicing with. It hit Gage's hands. DB made a decent play. So, but you want him to be evaluated and play like a first rounder, but you didn't want to draft him in the first round. You can't have it both ways.
Essentially to get a 1 or 2 would make sense for us.
In a perfect world, would you trade down from number 6 in this draft? And I have a follow-up.
I think it really just depends on the prospects that are available. I'd like to say, look, this is what I say. I don't know that what I'll tell you guys is I don't know that we are going to be picking 6 at the end of April. And if we are picking 6, I have no idea what we're going to take at this point. And so we try and remain flexible, as we go into draft weekend, and we want to use the asset in the best way possible, whether that's sitting and picking, trading up, trading down, trading up for a veteran player. I know I said this last year, and people thought it was just GM talk, but it really is the truth.
Once again, ain't gave him nothing. The man put out all the possibilities. You can't go write nothing about that. You can't go say Andrew Barrett said he trading down. Or Andrew Barrett said he trading up. Or Andrew Barrett said he picking Cornell Tate at 6. You can't say none of that. The man is the smartest man in the room.
So follow-up.
You don't ever do just GM.
The follow-up to that is, do you think there is a world in which you can secure another first-round pick for next year?
I'm sure that world exists. I can't. I don't know the specifics of it today.
So far, you've only had.
That answer right there tell me he ain't concerned about getting another draft pick in the first round because, let me get my close-up on this one too, because what he said earlier, y'all got to put all this together now. When he said when they brought in Todd Monken or at the draft, I mean at the combine, whenever he said it was one of them two. He said they one offseason away from being heavy in free agency. The man ain't worried about 2027 draft because he's gonna go heavy in free agency next year. You hear what you want to hear. Go look it up. I think it was the combine, he said. He did an interview and he said, we went off season away from going heavy in free agency. He's not concerned about the draft at that point because the team should be already assembling. He expects them to be in a high draft pick in 2027 because of the moves he about to do this year. And if he trade back and get them 2 second-round picks additional, like he should with Miami, I ain't gonna say nothing.
One offensive lineman pay a visit to Maria, reportedly.
I'd say that. I'd say this, Tony. I would not. Can't believe everything you read.
So you have that.
Yeah, I think I would. That world exists.
Listen what he's like now.
I can't. I don't know the specifics of it today.
So far, you've only had one offensive lineman pay a visit to Maria, reportedly.
I'd say that. I'd say this, Tony. I would not. Can't believe everything you read.
So you have that.
Yeah, I think I would have. We've actually had a lot. So
A lot of offensive linemen.
Can you tell us who some of the other ones?
I'd prefer not to. Are you?
First of all, let me point this out. The man don't like Mary Kay at all. I prefer not to. I prefer not to. I prefer not to. I'm gonna start using that. Money man, do you like? I prefer not to. I'm gonna start using that, man. I'm telling you. The man, the smartest man in the room. He ain't telling them nothing. This is why I'm telling you they not drafting Monroe Freeland. He done said they had a lot of offensive linemen on the 30 visit. All they got to do, we're going to show, I'm going to play that little part when he talked to Tony G. They only got to report it to the NFL. So they done probably filled up all they 30 visits already. But it ain't being reported because guess what he said? The biggest thing that he could have said, you can't believe everything you read. So that means he know they lying. I ain't just talking about the 30 visits. I'm talking about everything else. He know they lying. You can't believe everything you read.
Guys doing more
in the league know each other's visits?
No, that's not. So you have to report it to like the league office.
Overfootball.com.
But no, it's not like you'd see who every team's 30 visits. Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Last year, you guys did a lot of.
He laughing at everybody else comment but Mary Kay. Did the last clip here.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the consensus on this wide receiver class being pretty deep? And I guess off of that, how does that kind of impact how you approach that position where maybe you don't feel like you have to, force the issues super early if you think you can get value there?
Well, I think you know that I don't believe in drafting for need, period. I don't probably the best example last year is I don't know that many people had us pegged to take Carson with the 33rd pick, but that worked out pretty well for us. So that regardless of how deep or shallow it is, that really doesn't play a huge role into our thinking.
I think it's fair.
Listen to what that man said now.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the consensus on this wide receiver class being pretty deep? And I guess off of that, how does that kind of impact how you approach that position where maybe you don't feel like you have to, force the issues super early if you think you can get value there?
Well, I think you know that I don't believe in drafting for need, period. I don't probably the best example last year is I don't know that many people had us pegged to take Carson with the 33rd pick, but that worked out pretty well for us. So that regardless of how deep or shallow it is, that really doesn't play a huge role into our thinking.
I think it's
There it is right there. The man said we don't draft for need. We don't draft for need. So all these mock drafts got Cardinal Tate. I just showed y'all why I wouldn't pick Cardinal Tate at 6. And then I wouldn't even draft Monroe Freeland because I showed y'all right here that there's more than one left tackle in this draft. All of them going to need development, so it don't matter where I get them at. I don't care if one supposedly more ready than the other because ain't never one of them played a snap in the NFL. So I ain't going to know until they strap on them pads and go against Myles Garrett. I ain't going to know. So all I'm saying is he ain't got to draft Cardinal Tate at 6, and he ain't got to draft Monroe Freeland at 6. He might not draft him at all, and that's what I'm leaning towards. After this interview right here, I told y'all it was just my opinion and my interpretation of what he said. He's not drafting Cardinal Tate or Monroe Freeland. I'm leaning more towards what I said. If he stay at 6, he getting Caleb Downs, Harvell Reese, or Sonny Styles, whoever is still left. Mainly, I would be leaning Caleb Downs if he stay at 6. But the more likely scenario is he gonna trade down. Whichever team gonna want Caleb Downs, Harvell Reese, or Sonny Styles, they gonna want to trade up to 6 to get them. Hopefully, it's the Miami Dolphins. And I'm going to be Andrew Berry, and I'm going to ask for both the 11th overall pick and the 30th overall pick. And then when I get to 11, I'm drafting Malachi Lemon. And at 24, it's a toss-up because I can get value at the left tackle position deeper in the draft and don't have to spend high draft capital on a position that I don't need. Because he said, that's why I played it like that. That's why I showed y'all the draft before I played this video. He said, if we had to start the season right now, I would be pretty confident of what we got. And he supposedly ain't got a left tackle on the team. The man already got a left tackle on the team. He just said he did. He went and found versatile offensive linemen in free agency, veterans that can play multiple positions on the offensive line because he knows that these players can get injured. All he gonna do is draft for depth at the positions, not for need. I had to speak proper right then because you know I don't pronounce my E's and R's all the time, so I had to speak a little proper. I sat there and watched the whole 34 minutes, sitting in my car. Didn't take no notes, no nothing. I'm like, he ain't drafted Cornell Tate or Monroe Freeman. I got that from the first little segment I played on here. This man gonna take the best player available if he stay at 6. But he don't look like he gonna stay at 6. Cause look here. The PFF now, y'all take it with a grain of salt now. Take it with a grain of salt. Like I told you, I don't know all these metrics and how they come up with them. Now I want y'all to see something right here. Jeremiah Smith, wide receiver 1. Cornell Tate, wide receiver 2. Jeremiah Smith right here, number 5, ranked. Cornell Tate, number 11. Now some of these players is still in college. I don't know what Charlie Becker, he at Indiana, I think he stayed. Let me look right quick before I get him on the next thing. Anyway, like Malachi Tony still in there, but then you got Denzel Boston right behind Cornell Tate. Then you got Amari Cooper right here. Then you got Elijah, my secret weapon. The Indiana receiver right there, Elijah. You got options, man. You got options. But we look at Malachi Lemon, where he at. Malachi Lemon ranked number 4 ahead of Jeremiah Smith. Way ahead of Cornell Tate. I'm just using their stuff. That's all I'm saying. Cody on wheels. It did the same, Cody. You just changed your name, but Cody on wheels. I'm telling you, put Caleb Downs on the defense is over with. You got, and the reason why I say that is because y'all don't even know the defensive coordinator. That's why I'm coming and telling y'all this. This is why I'm breaking it down easy so y'all can go look it up and verify it and fact check Money Man. But I already done fact checked it. The man came from Atlanta Falcons. He was the DB coach. The defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns right now with a DB coach. Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, the man's son that prank called Shedeur Sanders during the pre-draft, during the draft. That's Jeff Ulbrich, is the defensive coordinator. Mike Rutenberg was on the staff. Mike Rutenberg is a genius a genius at DBs, at coverages. Jeff Ulbrich said it in the press conference in Atlanta. He said they want Mike Rutenberg back. He is a genius. He knows everything on the defense. He can coach any position. But he did a tremendous job with that secondary. So if one of the weakest points in my defense is the secondary, y'all thought I was crazy when I said Caleb Downs. Savage, you were one of them. Y'all thought I was crazy. They ain't drafted Caleb Downs. Look here, bro. I seen it then. You got the defensive coordinator that specializes in secondary. The weakest position on the defense is secondary. How can I shore up the secondary? By taking the best player in the secondary. Caleb Downs. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I see this man as a Troy Polamalu. You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm talking about. See what he said the last time. But if they draft Caleb Downs, if they stay at 6 and draft Caleb Downs, you can thank me later. I see Caleb Downs as a Troy Polamalu. Offenses is their goal, but the value at 6 will outweigh the need. Because Andrew Barry just said it out of his own mouth. They don't draft for need. Because if you stay at 6 and you got Caleb Downs still on the board, or Vera Reese, or Sonny Styles, I can see Cleveland drafting any one of those 3. But the most likely scenario that I think is they trade down because a team that's deeper in the first round want to move up to grab one of them 3 players. And that's what I think Andrew Berry will do. But if he stays at 6, I would draft Caleb Downs. Titans don't need a safety. They need a receiver. They need more a receiver more than Cleveland do. They can take Cornell Tate. They might even go Jordan Tyson. That's why they went and got Robinson, because they need a receiver. I don't know. That's why I said if whoever available, a team deeper in the draft in the first round might want to trade up. And that's why in my draft scenario, my mock draft scenarios, I've been doing this right here. Let me go ahead and restart it. Let me go ahead and restart it for y'all. Draft for need less. Randomness, none. Here it is. So I've been doing this trade right here on all my mock drafts. I ain't even posting them on X yet, but I've been doing this trade right here, man. I've been doing this trade right here. It get accepted. Cleveland Browns trade down to number 11, and they get the 30th overall pick, the 11 and 30th overall pick with the 151 from Miami. So Miami can move up to 6. So Cleveland give up the 6th pick and the 70th overall pick in the 3rd round. That's what they give up. He need an offensive line. That's why you don't need no weapons. So right here, they did it again. As y'all can see, Arvell Reese went 2, Sonny Styles went 4, Caleb Downs went 8 to the Saints this time. I done seen Caleb Downs go to the Giants. I done seen him go to the Bengals. But the Bengals took Cornell Tate. I don't know why they would do it. Maybe I need to. Let me do it one more time. Let me go back. Let me start over. I'm about to leave it. I'm about to leave it the same. I'm about to leave it the same. Let me do that same trade. And they not trading Myles Garrett. This is a little bit more accurate. So Sonny Styles, Jeremiah Love went 2 this time. Sonny Styles went 3. Reese went 4. Then the Giants went tackle. I can see that as a possibility too, because Jackson Dart. Then the Miami Dolphins, like I said, traded up because they seen the player they wanted. It could be Caleb Downs. It could be Arvell Reese. It could be Sonny Styles, and they still on the board. But they went and got the cornerback out of LSU. That could be a possibility too. Cornell Tate went to the Commanders. That's a good big possibility. David Bailey went to the Saints. Ruben Bain went to the Chiefs. That Dillon, the other safety, went ahead of Caleb Downs. Wow. To the Bengals. So they ain't picked Caleb Downs. I was expecting Caleb Downs to be right there. Yeah, they might take a chance on Tyson. I admit, Jody, I don't know why would they trade. That man a generational type player, but I did do a trade scenario with the Browns trading Myles Garrett to the Giants. I made a video. It ain't do that good, but I'm taking Malachi Lemon right here. Because that's what I think. I'm doing exactly what I think the Browns might do. Because I think Caleb Downs, if they trade back, Caleb Downs gone. He ain't going to be there. He ain't going to be there at 11. I wouldn't think. But I'm not drafting Monroe Freeland, as you can see. Then now we still at 24 right here. And I could take Proctor if I wanted to. Because you got a run block grade of 81, pad block grade of 84. Now, a lot of them talking about he too big and too slow. This vice versa. But like I told y'all, Andrew Berry already said that he got the bet. He already got a left tackle on the team in my interpretation. But you can see where he could go. He can go corner. He can go receiver again if he wanted to. Amari Cooper still on the board. Proctor right here, like I just said. And then he got this, but he play right tackle right here. Max, he play right tackle. Or he can go Denzel Boston. But I'm going to go Proctor right here. Go ahead and get my left tackle at 24. Now, we got the 30 overall pick. So now we got 3 first-round picks out of that trade back with Miami. That's why I said I don't know if Andrew Berry going to do this or not, but this is where I would take Denzel Boston. We did. Not get him some help with these picks would be crazy. Yup. It would be crazy. Yeah, it is a pivotal year for Berry and Shedeur. That's why I think Shedeur need to go back to number 2. But right here, that's why I said I get my 2 top receivers. Denzel Boston right there. And I still got my second round pick. So now, as y'all can see, I done filled all my needs in the first 3 picks. Because I done traded back to get more value. Got Malachi Lemon, Caden Proctor, and Denzel Boston all in the first round. Now I still got my second overall pick. My second round pick, I mean. So now I can pivot and go anywhere. I can go defense. I can go best player available, like D lineman right here, Christian Miller. I can go there. I can go Lee Hunter right here. Because it's looking like they're going to draft the edge, Zion Young, because the AJ guy that they were signing in free agency, they turned him down. I can go Ponds, a corner, because they do need some corner help. Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker. He can draft another linebacker. Best player available. He can go anywhere, man. You got R. Mason Thomas right here. You got Chris Johnson, corner right here. Look at all these players still on the board available, man. So drafting Cornell Tate ain't got to be the goal. Yeah, ain't that guaranteed when you trade back, but in my scenario, it is. But I already done. That's why I said. That's why I already done figured. I done did it multiple times. That's why I'm saying this. So now it second round, you can pivot at any position. You ain't gotta draft a need because you already done filled them with this trade down in my scenario. So now you just take best player available. In this case, I might take an edge. We want Zion Young or I'm looking at a pad rush. Pad rush grade 82. Or you can even go Jacob Rodriguez right here. Run defense 94. You ain't got to, well, he a linebacker. Cover grade 92. He probably might be the best player available. All right, Mason, who y'all want? Man, look, I'm just doing what I do, dog. That's it. Well, nah, you trade down best receiver. I don't. No, Savage. Malachi Lemon is the best receiver. I'm telling you, dog. We traded that 3rd-round pick to Miami. It looked like they traded it. No, they kept it. They drafted that guard out of Georgia Tech. But Stewart, if I kept that 3rd-round pick and I ain't get that second, that 3rd in this case, 1st-round pick, I would have drafted Stewart. Okay, he would have been sitting right there. As y'all see, he got drafted at 6 to 8. I would have had him at 70. Now we're in the 4th round, and we still got time. Now I like Michael Trigg right here. Is a tight end right here, man. I like him, but they ain't really got his numbers good on here. But and then I think they did a disservice to Oscar Delp at tight end. But you can pivot. He can pivot either way now. Because like I said, he ain't drafted for need at this point, but we still got these tackles right here. Like I told y'all, he played left tackle too. He played right tackle. That's the one that played right tackle. Cage, he played left tackle. Like there's a lot of left tackles in this draft. Like that's why I say they ain't got to pick Monroe Freeland. They ain't got to pick Monroe Freeland right here. But they can go corner. I might go Tree. I like Sterling. I like him. There would be another one of my picks at receiver if I ain't do what I did to get Denzel Boston. Who I pick? Mason. He could go linebacker. But I want to go Tree right here. Tight end. I can't read y'all comment. You gonna be reaching out to me? I hope so. I sent him an email. I ain't gonna go through the whole thing debating. I'm about to get off. Well, they drafted all them old tackle, but they can go anywhere. I'm in my bag right now. Dang, what were the other guard? Him right here, Morris. That was the other guard I was looking at. 242. Dave Sangerton. Running back. You can go anywhere, boy. Really good trade now. I like this dude in linebacker. 69. Where my nigga pick? Ain't gonna give me nothing. They ain't gonna do it. Oh, they did it. What the other site that I was looking at? He probably already gone. I think he already gone. He went play the USC, I think. Can't remember his name. I get the better right. I want wide receiver. You want wide receiver. I'm telling you what they gonna do. You like KC better than Boston. I like Boston. Y'all can do your own mock draft. Oh. I'm just picking player right now. But I did look at VJ Payne. I did look at him before. That go my guard right there I was looking for. Then I be like, this where I think they could go and take a quarterback. They Cole Payton dude, Taylor Green. They could take a quarterback in the 7th round, 6th or 7th round. I hope they don't, but the way Andrew Berry was talking, they could. Let's see what my grade is. So I got an A-. I got an A- for the first two, and then an A for Denzel Boston. I don't know why they gave me a C for R. Mason Thomas. Maybe they think I drafted him too high. B- for Michael Trigg, A- for J.C. Davis, a B- for Nicholas Singleton. Then a C- for a linebacker, B-, A-, A-. There it is right there. Find that value Andrew Berry been talking about. But yeah, they're going to do it for me, man. I already paid my bedtime. I'm just waiting to see how it all pans out. Yo, stay with me. We all waiting, but stay with me. Yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, and send it to your friend about that money, man. You already know, man. And we gonna get to it. Cause I'm telling you, I'm gonna be live doing the draft on both channels, Dirty Bird Savages and Money Man. You already know. Why I owe you. I'm gonna be live on both channels and probably live on Twitch too. I think I'm gonna go live stream on Twitch instead of X because I'm getting paid on Twitch already. But yeah. So we're gonna live stream. And then I'm still gonna do more member live streams too. It's gonna be more like daily vlog type stuff. I'm gonna test that out and see how that works on Money Man channel. And then, like I said, don't forget the album dropping April 18th. Right now, the draft is the 23rd, April 23rd to the 25th. Twitch pay good. I had no idea. I ain't reached the minimum threshold yet to get paid. So I ain't really figured out Twitch. Like I ain't dove deep into it to maximize it like I do on YouTube. So that's all I'm saying. Like I ain't really spent the time over there to learn how to Twitch work to me to maximize the algorithm or however it work. But when I figure it out, but I've been focusing on my YouTube because that's what I know. So I've been focusing on this right now. That's why I said, let me do this testing on this channel to figure out what's going on. When y'all do your collab. You ain't the first one. No Manor had did a super chat too. And told him about me over there. And but yeah, I'm just waiting. I already done sent him an email. I tagged him on one of these live on Money Man Live. I tagged him in it, so hopefully you'll see it. And then we'll go from there. But I appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Y'all already know what time it is.
Money Man, what's good? That's Puck. Money Man, what's good? That's Puck. Money Man, what's good? That's Puck. Money Man, what's good? That's Puck.
If you're in trouble, you better